What is up, you gorgeous, fabulous creatures, and welcome to another episode of the all-new Losing It podcast with Carly Bax, Australia's emotional eating coach. As I always say, I have decided for the second day in a row to go live on Insta and film it at the same time for the podcast because, I mean, why wouldn't you? Sometimes we get into some real nuggets on here, and I thought how crazy to try and remember what came out in the spur of the moment to be able to share it again in a podcast, and it's just so much better. It's just so much better. So, my darlings, if you're joining me here live, throw an emoji in the comments box and let me know that you're here. And if you're listening on the podcast, I just want to give you a shout out and a recognition and say thank you so, so much. If you're finding value in the podcast, please do go ahead, hit that subscribe button, go ahead and share on your socials, and remember to tag me because that is how we're going to spread this message of empowerment. It's all I'm asking, my darlings. It's all I'm asking. But honestly, the reason that I stress that is because I was once first of all, I was once the young girl who was just like so despondent, and depressed and just hideously unmotivated because of my body and my weight. Like, I didn't think that I was worthy to do anything with my life because I felt like I was so ugly. So the reason that I say, if you hit subscribe and share, it's because that is how we're going to get this message out, that there is hope and there are ways to actually pivot what, society has taught you and create a brand new ending for yourself. So this is what I wanted to talk about today, was the sort of discipline / motivation / compliance conversation. I feel like there's a lot of motivation. There is a ton of motivational speakers out there, and it's great. And I love them, and I'm a huge fan, and I will very often listen. But also the reason I want to bring this to the table for conversation is today because that's not the whole story. It's not the fucking whole story. Nobody is telling us that motivation, let's just say Mel Robbins brought that out years ago. She said motivation is, what did she say? I don't know. She said it was bullshit. I think it was something along those lines. It's not bullshit either. It's not neither one is right or wrong. It's not such a black or white conversation. And this is why I think it's so important to have. Nothing is black or white in this world. I mean, there's very few things. Even you could go, night and day, that's black or white. You have to pick one, sure. But we also have the fluid moments where we get the dawn and the dusk. Everything has its gray areas, right? So if you're joining me here, this is what we're talking about because we get so wrapped up. As you know, today is day 5 of my 120-day reset that I decided to do with myself. And so many of you have jumped on board. It's just a free, it's a reset. It's just a free reset. I decided to I decided to devote 120 days, this final third of the year, to creating the habits that I want to take into 2024. This is where we fuck up. We wait until December 30th, 31st, and then we think I'm going to make some fancy new thought processes and some new decisions, and I'm instantly going to be fucking amazing come January next year. That is not how it works. You know how I can tell you with absolute confidence that's not how it works? It didn't fucking work this year, did it? Are you monumentally different to how you ended last year? I can say, honestly, because I was thinking about this morning. I've just come back from the gym and I was thinking I am really proud of the progress that I've made this year in a lot of different areas. And it's the first year in my life that I can honestly look back and say that with full authenticity and actual, I have a lot of pride in the effort that I've put in this year because I would never have done this previously. I just floated through each year hoping that something external was going to change. I would float through the year and think if only they wouldn't do this or they wouldn't do that, or they would do this or they would do that, or if they would stop doing this or my boss would start doing that, then I could be happy. That was my sad sack story. It's just living in that little bubble. It's just living in a brothel of misery. I don't know where I come up with these terms, but honestly, if you're looking for a life hack, the first thing I would say is burst that bubble. Burst that fucking bubble. It's nobody else's responsibility to pick you up and take you where you want to go. I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again for the people in the back because honestly, you need to hear this. I was so fucking delusional. I was waiting for a prince in my in my world, I was waiting for a Prince Charming to fucking come, leave the world of Disney and rock up into my reality and whisk me away on his trusty steed. And I thought, that's how my life is going to be amazing. I truly, truly believed something was going to befall me and that would fix all my problems. I was taking zero responsibility for most of my life, fucking zero responsibility for where I was at and what I needed to do to move forward. And it's taken me, this is why I share this with you so passionately. Please, 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 if you get value out of this, hit the like or the share button. Just share a screenshot of it on your socials, because I'm fucking telling you this. For all you youngins that are younger than me, and because you probably can't tell with the filter, I'm in my 50s, honey. In my fucking 50 and fucking fabulous. But also, let me tell you this, I'm in my 50s. Like, I'm in my 50s, but also I'm in my 50s. What the fuck? I have wasted half of my life waiting for other people to do certain shit so that I could be happy. Let me give you a prime example. Even this morning, my poor darling Phil, he puts up with so much shit from me. But I have pet peeves because I'm extremely OCD. I'm a Virgo, high potency energy Virgo, and I like extreme levels of organization. Not just put the laundry away or put those towels back in the cup. No, I will fucking label them and I will be there like measuring them out perfect. Is that perfect on the shelf? Like, I'm one of those people. I like to open my pantry. Well, we don't have a door because it's a butler's pantry, but I like to look in there and just be like, perfect. Everything's lined up. Do any of you, so many, you're probably all too young for this, to see Sleeping with the Enemy, the movie. It's from probably 30 years ago. Sleeping with the Enemy, where the man in that movie was like, he made Julia Roberts, I think it was, line all the shit up, like the shirts, everything had to be lined perfectly in the wardrobe. Well, that's fucking me. That's me. I'm color coding shit. I like to look and see. So right now I've got a ton of chocolate in my pantry. You may have seen me. I'll put another, I'll share it to my stories again today. I've got a ton of chocolate in there, but it can't just be any chocolate. It can't just be random chocolate for the kids, people, please. It's for the kids. But I do, of course, we all share. I have all this chocolate in there, but it has to be the same brand and all the colors have to match. I can't have random lame-ass chocolate in there that doesn't match. So right now we've got Cadbury's, everything is Cadbury. There's just huge amounts. It's all lined up. They're perfect because it's all purple and that all matches. If any of you are out, if any of you are like me, please just give me an emoji. Let me know I'm not alone, because I put my crazy out there right now and you all are like backing away slowly, like, don't aggravate the crazy woman. But I'm telling you, it's true. This is how it is. So when it comes to, this is what I made Phil do this morning. This is what I was going to say to you before I digressed onto the chocolate. He is one of those individuals who will plug something into a PowerPoint, and when he's done, ready to, so this morning it was his laptops and like computers and tablets, whatever, they're all plugged in. And when he's ready to take it and go, he just pulls out he doesn't turn off the switch. He doesn't turn off. He just pulls it out and goes. He's gone. Toodles, off he goes. See ya, bye, babe. And I turn around and I look at the bench here, and I turned around this morning. There was like 2 PowerPoints that are there, like the double PowerPoint. Both of the switches were still on, like the little green thing on. And I'm just like, I can't believe, listen, I fucking, I took a shot, I took a photo, and I sent it to him. I said, babe, you got to turn that shit off. And he's just like, okay. You can tell, he has a great time with me. I'm loads of fun. But what I do want to stress and share is that there is this conversation, like I'm just going to take a drink. There's a conversation in the marketplace at the moment that is very robust, that motivation is bullshit. And I want to tell you that conversation is bullshit. Let me tell you why. I'm just going to take a drink. To everybody that's joining me, I'm sending you so much love, and thank you for putting up with my crazy today. But this is what I want to share. Let me just sit down a little bit further. Okay. Motivation isn't bullshit. If it was, the human race would have died out. We need motivation. It has a function, okay? So for instance, when I started my 120-day reset, I wasn't motivated for that because I've done these things so many times before, but you want to feel a sense of motivation. So about like a whole ton of you joined up and signed up with me. When I say signed up, there was not, There's no charge. So I'm just holding all of you accountable over this 120 days. I'm doing it over in Messenger and we're communicating every day. So I was like, semi-motivated. A lot of them were really hyped and really pumped. It's like, yeah, we're going to do it. This is going to be fucking amazing. Like, so really good. And then here I am. I'm 5 days in because I started exactly on the 1st of September. Some of them didn't start till like Monday. So it was like the 3rd or whatever is going on. And I'm not particularly motivated anymore. It's only 5 days in. My experience in this is motivation will usually take you can stay motivated, not a long period of time. Usually if you get 10 days out of a motivated state, you're doing really well, really well. And I want to bring this to the fore because so many of us get confused and upset and down on ourselves when we feel like, I don't feel motivated anymore, Kylie. Like I did this or I started this program or I was losing weight and I just don't feel motivated anymore. Of course you fucking don't feel motivated. You're not supposed to feel motivated. Motivation is only designed, can we just be real? Motivation, it's in my face because I'm just like staggered that we think it's designed for anything but this. It was designed originally innately to get you very quickly to take action. So look, if a wild creature is chasing you, you want to be very motivated to run. If a crazy person breaks into your house with a fucking hockey mask and a chainsaw, you'll be pretty fucking motivated to move in the other direction, right? And also, when you want to do something incredible in your life, you want to feel motivated to take those initial actions, those initial steps. And not only and also, it's not going to get you all the way through. If you're expecting motivation to take you all the way to the finish line, you are fucking deluding yourself. Deluding. That's not going to happen because it can't last. It's a heightened emotional state. You cannot stay vibing up here on the levels of vibey energy. You can't stay up there for very long. It's actually a really heightened state of adrenaline and cortisol all at the same time. You will tax your adrenals to such a degree if you try and stay motivated for an extended period of time. You'll tax your adrenals and you'll fucking end up at the doctor with depression and anxiety. I don't know what's wrong with me. Because you know who the only people, I say this often, you know who the only people that stay fully motivated all the time? The people that are on some illicit substance. We're not supposed to stay there. It's not how it's supposed to be. So what the fuck do you do? Let me give you my example. Today I woke up. We are only 5 days in. So not even like to 120 days. I'm only 5 days in. And I woke up. One of my commitments to myself, because I wrote a list of 7 things and I've got it here on my computer. One of my things was to get up at 5 a.m. every day. And I had set this commitment because I remember doing this years ago now. I was probably in my mid-40s when I was getting up at 5, journaling, live streaming, going to the gym, doing all these incredible things. Like I was doing it all like at 5 a.m. in the morning before fucking most of you are all even like your little alarm had gone off. I'd already done like a full day of, excruciatingly wonderful things. And I loved it. I felt so good. I felt really good. So one of the things I thought to myself was, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. This can be great. And I've been doing it every day since the 1st of September, since the 120 days started. And I tell you what, this morning the alarm went off and I just thought, fuck me. Like I am exhausted, like not even a little bit sleepy or tired. I just knew I couldn't get up. Listen, and that's not true. I could push myself, but it wasn't going to end well. I would only end up taking a disco nap probably at 10:30 in the morning. It wouldn't be like, it would be completely unproductive to do that. So I thought, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Like my mind was racing. It's like, you shouldn't do it today. You should totally just sleep in. You should rest. And then also while we're on it, don't go to the gym. Don't stick to any of your commitments. Just eat chocolate all day. And I thought, let's just take a step back, honey. To the crazy upstairs here, I thought, let's just all calm down, team. Let's calm down to the crazy voices. I truly, truly was legitimately. I just did a quick body scan. I thought, I'm exhausted. Now, partly, let's be very real, I did go to bed a bit late last night. If I'm going to be so honest with myself, when I was doing the 5 a.m. starts years ago, I was in bed by 9:30 p.m. latest. Cut off time, 9:30 p.m. So I have not been adhering to that this time around. I am thinking, 5, 6 years down the track, 7 years down the track, that I can go ahead and stay up late and still get up at 5 a.m. I couldn't even do it when I was 7 years younger. Why do I think I'm going to be able to do it now? So I knew part of this was definitely my doing. I take full responsibility, and it's a beautiful wake-up sign. It's the ignition light on the dashboard, right? It's the fuel light on the dashboard, just telling you, the warning light, whatever the fuck they call those things. It's telling me, honey, you can keep going, but you're going to need to do something if you want to. You're going to need to change something if you want to keep going effectively. So I did sleep in today. I turned that damn alarm off, and I slept for about another hour. And I tell you, when I woke up, I knew that was the right decision. I felt so good. Like really in my body, physically, mentally, way more alert. I would have been a complete nutbag today if I had gotten up at that time. So when I say this, and this is for all of you that are doing the 120-day reset with me, whether you're doing it actually with me and we're talking in Messenger, or whether you've just decided to do your own, give yourself the space and the grace to pivot as needed along the way. The whole point of it is not just to do 120 days of perfection. You're not learning anything that way. I want you to create it in a way that it works for you, so that, because the whole point is to create long-term sustainable lifestyle changes. We're not doing it just for the sake of doing it. We're not doing it so that we can show off to somebody. We're doing it so that when 2024 does kick in, you have already decided who you're going to be, how you're going to live, and you know really full well what you need to do to make that happen, because you've been living it for the last 4 months. Or 3 months, like whatever we've got. No, 4 months, right? We're September, fully. We're starting all in September. We're going to close at the end of the year. So if you want to join me and do this with me, I will just say, sorry, if you're thinking, what is this that she's talking about? Well, just send me a DM and just say I'm in, and I will send you the DM. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to start. Please. It's too late. Listen, the ideal time to start, as you all know, would have been yesterday. The perfect time for you to start now is today. That's totally fine. It's totally fine. But let's just pivot back. I got up an hour later, and again, my mind is like, well, now you can't go to the gym. The gym's going to be so busy. There's really no point in going. The equipment that you want will probably be used, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't go to the gym. And that's where I was not motivated at all. That's where your discipline has to kick in. That's where your discipline has to kick in. You have to decide what kind of person you want to be. And I say this with all the love in the world. I'm going to say to you, get your shit together, because no one is coming to save you. I thought the Disney prince was going to come and whisk me away. Still waiting. Gotta say, still waiting. But here's the whole point. I'm creating and cultivating a life for myself such that I don't need no fucking prince. I don't need no prince. That prince can go fucking stay in his Sleeping Beauty book. I don't give a fuck, right? Because I'm creating and cultivating and curating a life whereby I don't need no one else. I don't need it. And I'm not talking about get rid of your partner or something. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want happy, you better fucking start creating happy yourself. If you want to increase your finances, get the better job, get the better relationship, whatever, leave a fucking relationship that's toxic. You have to create that yourself, and nobody else can do it for you. If you need support, there's 1,000 support avenues out there. I used to think, I can't do that. That's embarrassing. What will people think? Quite frankly, don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. When you're sitting, has anyone heard of the rocking chair test? I want to share this with you now. Let me just take another sip of water, because I will tell you the fastest way to take action when you don't want to is to disassociate yourself from the thoughts the thoughts and the feelings. Disassociate yourself from the thoughts and the feelings you have about it, and just get on with getting the job done. We get so caught up. We think because we feel something that, well, now this has to be a situation. I don't feel like going to the gym, so now I can't. I just can't because I need to feel like it before I go to the gym. That's bullshit. That's the whole Mel Robbins motivation is bullshit sort of thing. No, that's where your discipline kicks in. And my whole point of the 120 days is not to be motivated the whole time. I'm already not motivated. The point of my 120 days is to instill such discipline within myself, like I say, that I'm no longer waiting around for some Disney prince. Don't need no prince. No prince. Prince can fucking piss off for all I care. I don't need anybody else to help me, motivate me, hold me accountable because I hold my own damn self accountable. And that's what I did this morning. I hold on some workout gear. I went to the gym. I did my regular workout because this stuff didn't even get better once I was there. You know, people will be like, oh, once you start and you really enjoy it. I didn't fucking enjoy it. Didn't enjoy nothing. No, I was on the equipment and I was doing the things and the whole time the voice in my head is like, you should just stop now. Near enough is good enough. It's okay. You don't need to spend the whole time here. Look, check your calories and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, shut that shit down. You just shut that shit down. I was not engaging. It only becomes detrimental once you start engaging with it. Those thoughts, they're never going to go away. If you're sitting around waiting for them to go away, you'll be waiting a whole damn whole life. So I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share the rocking chair test with you, the rocking chair test. This is always my deciding factor when I think back, okay? When I think, should I do this? Should I not do this? When I talk about being brave, I'm not just talking about your daily decisions. Go to the gym, should I not go to the gym? Should I eat the food? Should I not eat the food? I want you to do the fucking rocking chair test, right? This is how it works. Imagine yourself as like a 110-year-old, okay? When you're 110 and you're sitting there in your rocking chair, are you going to regret that you didn't give this one really good go? So I'll use myself as the example. When I'm 110, if I make it that far with my sassy attitude, when I'm 110 and I'm sitting in a rocking chair, would I regret that I never just at least once fully devoted myself to bettering myself, empowering myself, making the decisions that I fucking knew I should be making, but I always had an excuse or a reason. It's not the right time. Or they're not going to help me. They're always in my way. Or the kids are off on holidays. Well, now the kids are back at school. Can't do it now. Like, we have excuses out the fucking wazoo. You know it. You know your damn excuses. I'm happy for you to share them in the comments. I've already told you all mine. Call yourself out. You got to call yourself out on this shit. Like I said, because nobody's going to do it for you. Like, they're just not. They're not. Because they're so wound up in their own excuses and their own bullshit. So let me tell you this last thing before I go. Phil and I talked about this 120-day reset. And I said, hey, babe, wouldn't it be great? We were real motivated when we were talking about it. I said, wouldn't it be great if we, from the 1st of September, because this was way back in August, it was fun. It's all fun and games, so you actually have to do it. I said, wouldn't it be great if on the 1st of September, we started a whole 120 days of devoting ourselves to the shit that we know we should be doing, but we're not doing it. And I'm not talking about clean up the cupboards. Like, I don't care about that. I'm talking about the needle movers, the things that are really going to impact your life and your growth and your development here on this earth, right? During this journey. And he was like, yeah, this is so great. This is so great. So I said to him, well, listen, let's do it. But you tell me your things and I'll tell you my things. And then here's what we're going to do. We're going to hold each other accountable. I said to him, you have to pay me $100 for every time you don't do the thing that you said you were going to do. And same with me. If I tell you, well, I'm going to go to the gym daily and I'm going to follow my eating codes and I'm going to do this, and then I don't do it, I have to pay you $100. And he goes, okay, is that at the end of every week? I said, no, sunshine. Every single day that you don't do the thing, we have to give for each thing, not just like $100 a day. For each thing you don't do, $100 we have to hand over to each other. I said, now I'll be real fucking motivated to do the things because I want to give him like $1,000 a week. I don't want to give him that. So he was like, ooh, okay. Now here we are, 5th of September. I don't think Phil started. Poor Phil. I love him. I know he doesn't watch these lives, so that's okay. I don't think he started. And nor has any money come my way. I've just let him be. He's awfully busy. He's growing a new business. He's doing incredible things. Like I know he's got so much on his plate. And let's be fair, it wasn't his idea, it was mine. I felt the pull to do it. And I wanted someone who would help and hold me accountable. And the reason I share this with you is because I've realized very fucking quickly, nobody else can really hold you accountable. It is something that you have to hold yourself to. And that's what I love about the 120-day reset, is that initially having somebody there who's got your back, like what I'm doing with the girls in the reset, is so great, because you know if you flake out, then I'm there chasing you. And it is beautiful. And also there will come a time when nobody else is really going to care. They're not going to give a shit whether you do the thing or not. And that's where you have to cultivate these internal disciplines to know that I will follow through, purely because it's who I believe that I am at my core. I am a woman who takes action. I am a woman that doesn't put up with her own shit, let alone anybody else's. Don't put up with my own shit. I will not let my excuses hold me back anymore. And that's what this is really about. So I'm sending you tremendous amounts of love as always. Please do remember, as I always say, the only person who has the power to change your life is you. So when you step up and take action and really start investing in your own growth and start taking it seriously, stop waiting for somebody else to clean up their action so that you can have a clear path to your destiny. As I said, it's not going to happen. You're going to have to weed your way through the little landmines and still get to where you want to go. When you step into that energy, that's when you've got what it takes. And when you do that and another woman starts seeing you, I'm talking about the woman on the street who can actually feel your magnetism as you're walking through, because you know you're a woman who's got her shit together. And even on the days when you don't have your shit together, you're still not making excuses and putting things on the shelf for later. That's when we start to empower other women to make change as well. So I'm sending you tremendous amounts of love as always. And I look forward to seeing, I was going to say, please do again, remember, if you found value in this, like, love, share, come give me a subscribe on the podcast, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye, my love.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to shimmy your butt over to kyliepax.com/free course and sign up for my free weight loss training so you can start losing your weight now. You'll also find helpful notes and resources in my past podcasts that will help you lose your weight without the BS diet drama. I'll see you next week.